Hi, it's Sadhana. Welcome back, beautiful souls. I'm here for the fourth and final part of the Mystic Faerie Tarot fairy tale by Barbara Moore, cards illustrated by Linda Ravenscroft. And this is the tale of the Pentacles. It is called A Fairy's Fortune. Once upon a time, on a fine spring day, there was a young fairy who wandered far away from her friends and family, enchanted by the wonders of the woods. She spent the day walking, following whatever path took her fancy. When night fell, she found a comfortable spot and fell asleep. When she woke the next morning, she realized that she was lost. She spent days trying to find her way back home, but never could. She didn't worry too much, though. The quiet beauty of the forest suited her, and there was plenty of food all around her. After she decided not to try to find her way back home, she spent many happy days enjoying herself. She saw that there was enough bounty around her and that she could make a very nice home. When she lived in the village, she learned how to grow gardens for food and how to weave baskets to store the food for winter. There was nothing that she couldn't take care of on her own. In her village, the young fae worked alongside others planting gardens that had been established for years. Starting from scratch was another story. She had to clear the ground and gather seeds on her own. Sometimes it was hard work, and she wondered how she would manage, but she had no choice. So she did what must be done. She took the time to weave baskets to help her carry the seeds and to fashion simple tools to dig in the earth. Being a practical and bright young fae, she made manageable plans and remembered to take time out of her days to enjoy the beauty of nature. Her planning and juggling of tasks has paid off. The fairy works happily in her garden, planting and tending it. She grows vegetables for food. She also makes room in her garden for whimsical flowers like poppies and daisies, for their beauty and to attract butterflies. The seeds sprout into seedlings that grow into strong plants. Soon they bear blooms with the promise of food. As the fruit and vegetables grow, she remembers everything she learned about gardening and takes care that they are safe and free of bugs and disease. While the fruit and vegetables are ripening, the fairy artistically weaves lovely baskets so she can store her harvest. Autumn is near and her garden is full of lovely grapes, apples, tomatoes, and other delicious treats. After she has gathered the bounty from her garden and stored it in her baskets, she admires the lush scene. The colors and scents delight her. She anticipates the flavors and textures that will sustain her through the winter. Her long summer of careful work has paid off. She is extremely proud of the result and cannot remember being so happy in her life. The fairy cannot believe what has happened. Rats came and they stole everything she worked so hard for. They took her fruits and vegetables and trampled her garden. The life she worked so hard to create has been destroyed. Sitting amongst the ruins, she is too devastated to do anything but mourn her loss. She stays there as the weather grows colder, not even noticing her own hunger, growing weaker and weaker. When she tries to think about her future, about what to do during the winter, she is overwhelmed and hopeless. She wonders, almost idly, if she will die. The young fae, in a very weakened state, is discovered by a family of harvest mice. They see the sad situation she is in and take pity on her. They will not let this poor fairy perish. They bring her fruit and seeds, sharing from their own stores. Their generosity and kindness overwhelm her. She takes their charity graciously and with a very grateful heart. As she regains her strength, She tells them her tale. They invite her to spend the winter with them. They do everything they can to make her feel welcome and let her know that she is not a burden. She goes with the mice to their home. Winter is fast approaching, and there is still much to do to prepare for it. The practical young fae wishes to be useful. She helps to gather the last of the seeds and nuts. She observes their piles of food and sees that they are just that, piles. Knowing that they now have an extra mouth to feed, and knowing that the proper storage will help the food stay fresher and tastier, she begins to weave baskets designed to store each type of food. The mouse family is duly impressed by her skills and is grateful for her contribution. The mice are fascinated by the baskets that the fairy weaves. She sees their interest and offers to teach them how. They watch closely as she shows them how and explains all the tips and tricks that she has learned to make neat, strong, and attractive baskets. They ask her questions about design and construction, things that she never thought about. These questions lead her to come up with new ideas to make better and prettier baskets. The mice also have ideas of their own. They adapt some basket weaving techniques to their nests and beds, making them sturdier and more comfortable. The winter days are short and the winter nights are long. The fairy and the harvest mice spend their long winter nights in exquisite warmth and comfort. Their well-earned sleep is deep and untroubled. They are confident that they made themselves good shelter from the cold and stored up plenty of food for when they wake up. They are all happy that they made good choices through hard times. So they contentedly snuggle together and sleep soundly, enjoying dreams of warm spring days. The long, cold winter months are not dreary or boring for the harvest mice and their fairy guest. Every meal is a merry winter feast with tasty food, pleasant company, general good cheer, and a festive party atmosphere. The companions share stories, make plans, and discuss weaving and gardening techniques. They enjoy constant entertainment and help keep each other's spirits up. They all agree it is the most pleasant winter they have ever spent. And truth be told, if they hadn't experienced it themselves, they'd say such domestic bliss was nothing but a fairy tale. Having plenty is a good thing. Having loved ones to share it with is even better.